Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. Now, we've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks, and it's happening this Sunday, the 21st of May, talking about the National Day of Caring, all courtesy United Way TNT. And this morning, they're back with us in the form of Mr. Kendall Tiluka, who is the Resource Development Officer at United Way TT, and Miss Dale Bartholomew, who's the Administrative Lead at Credo Foundation, who've actually been a beneficiary of the National Day of Caring. So this morning, we'll be chatting about it from a little bit of a different twist. Good morning to you guys and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Not a problem at all. Now, we have Dale Bartholomew joining us via phone, but Kendall is in studio with us. Kendall, just to recap,
Yes.
remind people what the National Day of Caring is really all about.
So it's a national day of outpouring, of caring, of showing of kindness. And this year, our theme is Show You Care Everywhere. And we want to encourage everybody to become care ambassadors. We want to just rally this kind of care army, so to speak.
A care army, like the Care Bears.
Throughout Trinidad and Tobago, yeah.
What does it mean to be a part of the care army?
I think, so if you go back to, I guess, the points of about what giving back means, and the giving back in society is very important. You would find that NGOs actually form like a third of the employable force throughout the entire world. And they, along with private sector, along with government, they help to move nations forward. So through their care and through their activities in various forms, in various sectors, education, family well-being, they are able to move a narrative forward. They are able to advocate for things that people aren't usually able to advocate for. And by showing acts of kindness, you are able to make a difference in the world.
I mean, some people take those acts of kindness for granted, though, you know what I mean? But I think that it's important for us to realize the importance of it. Can you speak to some of the impact that you've seen in your years working with United Way on this National Day of Caring?
Oh, yes. I have seen where companies actually adopt homes or schools for more than 1 year at a time. And what happens is that they build a relationship with them. They find out about what their needs are. And what also happens is that the kids in the schools or the kids in the homes actually see this consistency, this dedication, and they're inspired by that example too. So what you find is that when they see individuals who care for them, they are inclined to do the same, and it is a beneficial effect. It's a ripple effect throughout society.
So each one care for one, and the more you care for somebody else, they understand what caring is, and then they're able to care for somebody else as well.
Yes, indeed.
Tell me about this is not a cheap venture, right? How do you guys go about raising money, getting investment, and how much, let's say 2019, this was the last official day. I know we had the caring time online and stuff like that,
yes.
But the actual day of caring, do you remember approximately how much investment was raised?
So at that point in time, if we look at in actual costs and in kind, it was almost $2.9 million that companies would have put out. You know, people say that, you know, there's a cost to volunteer, but the thing is the ripple effect of it can be seen over time. Yeah. So there's definitely a cost, and you have to invest to do it. But the benefits of it you will definitely see over time.
All right. Now, we have Dale Bartholomew on the phone line, and Dale is a part of the administrative lead at the Credo Foundation. Dale, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, and good morning to everyone.
All right. So tell me a little bit about what the Credo Foundation does.
So Credo Foundation is an NGO, and it is solely by the Holy Faith Sisters of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally, and they house socially displaced children, both boys and girls. We've been in existence for the last 30 years.
Okay.
So,
and how long?
Yes, and we've dealt with over 600 children to date.
Okay, fantastic. And how long have you guys been partnering with United Way and involved in the National Day of Caring?
We've been partnering with United Way over 15 plus years. And even with the Day of Caring before that, you know, the Day of Volunteerism, it really and truly is a remarkable initiative on their part, because the operational cost to usually maintain, you know, a children's home and have it the way that you would like it to be, it takes a certain amount. And, you know, in our society right now, every little bit counts.
Yeah. I'm just curious at this point, approximately how much is that amount that it takes to, on average, to run it on a year, the Credo Foundation?
We're talking about our 3 centers, the operational cost could run us into hundreds of thousands of dollars, close to millions.
All right. Tell me about your experience on the receiving end of the National Day of Caring. I know you mentioned that every little bit does count, but can you get a little bit more specific for me and tell me like some of the benefits that you've seen coming from the National Day of Caring for the Credo Foundation?
Oh, definitely. One of the advantages for persons to come in, they actually get a chance to interact with the staff and the children. It develops that sense of importance towards the children as well, too, because as we always tell them, you know, you have to give in order to receive. And when they see persons, you know, who actually come into the center and give of their time, it does make an impact because these are life skills and life lessons we're teaching them. That persons would take their time to leave their own families and their own important personal businesses and situations, and they come and they volunteer. And it's something that we want to ingrain in our young persons. It's not always about receiving, but what you do in the interim will benefit, as well as, you know, beautifying the centers and giving it that added extra view for the children and them to live in. They will also understand in terms of maintenance as well too, because when they leave us, when they transition, we are trying to promote independence and not dependence. So, you know, they're not going back into what we would consider any lavish families. So they learn how to become self-sufficient as well too. So, you know, seeing that in the environment makes that impact on them as well.
And you've seen the impact where you know, the children have a different perspective after they experience the Day of Caring?
Of course they do. Of course. We've seen it because even conversations take place at that point in time. And you have persons, you know, asking, what do you want to do with your life? What do you see yourself doing? And, you know, they give them words of encouragement and wisdom, and that's what it is. You know, they're not social pariahs that, you know, you shun away from them. But again, too, you want to engage and, you know, somebody else being in the environment, speaking to them, will always make that impact. So they can always reflect and say, you know, I remember when this person spoke to me, you know, and told me that I can be anything that I want to be. So it does benefit a young person to have other individuals coming in and, you know, assisting. It's not that when anyone comes into the center, they work in isolation. We actually get them to, you know, give the children and them a pep talk, let them meet you, let them see you, you know, out of the corporate suit and the business suit and everything else, that we are all human beings together.
Thank you so much for that, Dale. Before I wrap with you, can you tell me how people can reach out to the Credo Foundation if they want to be able to lend a hand or, you know, support in any other way, form, or fashion?
So we have our website. It's www.credofj.com. And if anyone wants to come in, wants to volunteer, we have an outreach program as well, too. Besides the 2 residential programs, we always look for professional male and females to come in, as well as work with the children. And they can go on the website and all the information is there as well, too, and what we do as an organization helping our young people in society.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dale. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much for having me.
No problem. Kendall, before we wrap with you, can you just tell people if they want to get involved in the National Day of Caring with United Way, how can they do so?
Sure. So in terms of the National Day of Caring, right now, I think most of the projects have been taken. But what we're encouraging people to do throughout Trinidad and Tobago is to share and show their acts of kindness everywhere, you know, show you care everywhere. And how they could do that is that in your community, you could do a cleanup. You could probably plant an area that has not been forested or that might need some cleaning up or something like that. And whatever activity that you choose, share it on social media if you can. Hashtag us Live United or hashtag Show You Care Everywhere, or tag us at our United Way handles. And we'll be able to amplify those messages. And I want to remind the nation that kindness is not only one day. You plant a seed and it ripples throughout and it grows. So that there's not only one day of kindness. Every day is meant to be a day of kindness, a day of caring.
Thank you so much for that, Kendall. And happy International Day of Caring on Sunday. And it's going to be fantastic. And yes, share all your acts of kindness because we want to spread that like wildfire too. Yeah? Thank you guys so much for joining us this morning and all the best on Sunday. And We're going to take a quick break and come back with more. Stay tuned. It's in our morning.